Kira's motto is no pain, no gain.
All pain, all gain.
A Parent Wins, an adventure of a lifetime. A global expedition dedicated to collecting stories of environmental and cultural preservation while conducting marine research aboard sailing vessel Resilience.
Where are we going, Trip?
We're going to Cane Hoy to, we're going to the boatyard right now. We're coming from downtown to Mount Pleasant, but we're going over the Wando River here. And our boat, Resilience, is way up north, under that other bridge and like a ways up the way.
This refit is, it's very ambitious. I've got a lot of folks that have said, you know, kind of like, yeah, right, or like, good luck, or that's a lot, or, you know, all sorts of stuff. I mean, the projects that we're doing on Resilience right now are projects that, you know, could take a year to do. We're taking on projects that we've been putting off for a very long time. I mean, we're taking on projects that we've been talking about, oh, we need to fix this, or we need to deal with that, since we bought the boat.
We really are trying to get so much done in such a short period of time. People think we're crazy. We've already replaced the windows. We've done a little bit of the interior painting. We did some priming inside. We're recaulking all 75 feet of the decks. That's a huge project in itself. We're repainting both the top and the bottom. We are varnishing the tow rail and painting it. We're redoing all of our standing rigging. We are building a hard top. We're building an A-frame off the back. Gosh, I feel like there's so much more. I mean, all of that is just massive, and I don't know how we're gonna get it all done, but we will get it done.
So it takes all of our time, it takes everything that we have. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights. And I think the best thing we have going for us is the vision of what needs to happen and what we want to happen and how to get there. And we've been talking about it and thinking about it for so long.
God, it's crazy because a lot of the things that I thought would be like the hard parts have been the easiest parts. And a lot of the things that I just like, you know, replacing the windows, I was like, just put new glass in. That has been the longest project by far.
So over here, I have this mold that my buddy Nielsen and I made one day for the glass. And I'm just making sure there aren't screws sticking out the bottom. Okay, there are. So basically, this is our old window on the mold right now. And it's curved. I believe it's polycarbonate, but that hasn't been confirmed. And so we made a mold to copy that curve. So this sits right on here like this. That's most of that curve. And so what I want to do is take this new piece, the polycarbonate that we cut out to the general shape of the window right here, and put this on the mold to copy that same curve. And so in order to do that, I need to heat it up, and then I'll bring a clamp down right here and bend it right there. So that's the plan. Hopefully it doesn't take too long.
It's a beautiful day. It's the last warm day before freeze, and so we're trying to get a lot of the outside work done right now before we have to go inside and hide from the cold. And also we can't paint and stuff or do anything that needs to dry when it's really cold, because it just won't dry. So yeah, we're trying to soak up this last day, but we've also got a lot of meetings and different things going on. So it's a lot to get done, and we're just trying to stay positive and up to the task. It's really important to get all this done while we're still in the States and have the resources, because once we leave the States, we'll be gone for, I don't know, a few years. So it's really important to make sure that she's up to standard and really a well-functioning boat before we leave home.
Last few months, I mean, we've been working on the boat. We were in the water with the whole thing ripped apart for a while in Charleston, and then January 2nd, so 17 or 18 days ago, we actually hauled out, and now we're living at different people's homes. We kind of move around. We have stuff all over the city at different people's homes, and when we're not doing that, we've just been working on the boat pretty much nonstop.
We are hauled out at the city boatyard, Safe Harbor in Charleston, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, luckily we have the boatyard working with us. They're doing amazing work. We have 4 guys that have been down under this boat sanding it for like the last 7 days or so. We've got Marley here that flew in from Hawaii that's helping us. You know, Kira's working on the boat, I'm working on the boat. A lot of other people have offered to come from out of town to help work on the boat, which is wild. And then again, people here as well. So luckily we have a lot of help, but it's still a lot of work. You know what's wild is we have all this work and we're doing a lot of our own labor. And so the expensive thing then becomes hauling out the boat or rigging. Our rigging, to redo all of our rigging, that's a massive expense. I mean, I'm talking, you know, tens of thousands of dollars. We're so thankful because we have folks like Selden Rigging coming out. Jonas, who manages the headquarters, which are in Charleston, has come out of the woodwork and has, you know, lent a helping hand. Alex Seal Paints has come out and they're helping us. Prop Speed. Safe Harbor here in Charleston, the city boatyard, have come out and they're really helping us. It's super encouraging because all of this work we would never be able to afford.
We've had a team of guys working on our boat pretty much every day, and they are awesome. And they just always are so positive and have the biggest smiles.
My name is Walther Drayton, but everybody knows me as Sporty. I'm a painter, certified bottom coat painter. I hard sand boats, yachts, I wet sand yachts, painted. I was working for Safe Harbor for like almost about a year now. March 1st will be a year, and I enjoy doing it.
Well, what I love most about it is the painting and doing the prop speed, because it brings like a peace and serenity to me. It makes me feel like there's nothing else going around when I'm doing that. I'm just in that space, you know, in that world, and I love that.
Alright, so today we are here at the Charleston City Boatyard Safe Harbor, and it's cold. It's been really cold the past few days, so we haven't been able to get much done because nothing can dry when it's this cold. You can't have paint dry, you can't have fairing compound dry, and so we're finally just starting to get back to it because tomorrow's supposed to warm up. We've also been worried about our pipes freezing, so we have a heater going in our boat in the engine room, and hopefully that's kept things from getting damaged, but you never really know until after it happens, so cross your fingers for us. We are just finishing prepping things so that we can paint tomorrow is the plan. So tomorrow this boat will hopefully be gray.
I just dropped a nut and I don't know what it's from in the...
Probably the stanchion pieces.
Maybe, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so we're back on the boat. We were kind of gone. We came some this weekend to put some fairing compound on, but it's just been too cold. But yeah, today we are doing all the last steps for prepping to paint. Wednesday we'll paint, and hopefully everything's good there. It's finally warm, good enough to paint, everything's good.
I feel like anybody that works on boats knows this, but anybody that does not work on boats does not realize how much prep is like the big thing you will be working on. You know, it's not just like painting the boat. It's like you gotta sand the boat, you gotta grind off all the corrosion, and then you have to sand that, and then you have to prime it, and then you have to sand the primer, and then you have to use fairing compound, and then you have to sand the fairing compound, and then you might have to put more fairing compound on top of that, because sometimes you really got to build it up, and then you got to sand that again. You got to make sure that everything is good, and like sometimes you wait too long and you got to sand it again. And then after all of that, then you can paint.
Yeah, what are we doing?
We are headed off to the coffee shop and to grab some breakfast to go, and then we are headed to the boatyard to paint today. Today we're putting on the first layer of top coat, and we are very excited. It's beautiful. What's the name of the color?
Kingston gray.
Yes, it's beautiful Alex Seal Kingston gray, and we're very excited. We put a coat on the dinghy yesterday, and it looks really good. So can't wait to see the whole boat in that color. It's never how you plan it, ever. So this morning we were headed to the boat to, today was our planned painting day, and it's raining. You can't paint when it's raining. Our boat looks wet.
Nobody needs to go to the bathroom? Looks dry in that one spot.
Is it paintable?
Yeah, I mean, not right this moment, but I think we'll be fine. We just have to sand anyways first. We gotta sand, we gotta wipe. We got things to do.
Today's our paint day, and in an ideal situation, it wouldn't be raining. So it's like a very, very, very light rain. The positive side of me is thinking, well, it's about to stop. I'll sand, it's probably perfect weather for sanding. And then by the time we want to actually dry off the boat and wipe it, the rain will have stopped and the sun will have come out, and we'll still paint today. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
What are you doing, Trip?
I'm gonna wipe off this transom, try to get it kind of dry, and see how it goes sanding it.
We had planned to paint the boat because the weather looked good. And finally the cold snap was over and it warmed up a little bit. And so we were really looking forward to painting the boat, and everything looked good. And so we finally got to the boat one day to paint it. We had to sand everything and wipe everything again, and then we could get painting. And as soon as we mixed the paint, it started raining.
Yeah, this is the first coat of paint on the transom. First touching gray paint on Resilience. And I think I mixed too much, so I had to move pretty fast.
That just kept happening over and over again for the 2 days of painting that we did. We did 2 layers, and it just kept raining on and off, and we would check the weather every single day, and it would say 0% precipitation, and then it would rain every day. Thank God Brooke was there, because she was able to go grab a rag and wipe everything off as we were like coming towards her with our wet edge. It was definitely a little bit complicated at times.
Kira's motto is no pain, no gain.
All pain, all gain. We're happy.
How was today?
Today was challenging and awesome.
Look at all the energy she has.
I'm just really excited.
Yeah, it's good. I'm very excited too.
That was a long pause.
Yeah. I'm like, is there any reason I should be nervous? Not really.
My body hurts so much, but look at that boat.
Yeah,
That's
we didn't
a
stop
beautiful
it all
boat.
today.
No, we didn't stop for a second. We hardly had time to eat.
But you know what's kind of crazy is we left the house at 7 and it's only like 7 p.m.
So
We
just
weren't
12
even
hours of
working for
work.
12 hours. I mean,
Yeah.
we're moving. But yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go get some food.
Yeah.
May ask, what's the new color of the boat? That's the new color of the boat.
Like the ghost.
All right, guys, where are we heading?
Into the dense, wet fog.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
What have the last 24 hours been like?
What time is it? Oh, it's 7:40. Nice. About 12 hours ago, we finished painting the boat. And 24 hours ago, we started with the process of painting the boat. That process starts with coffee, so there's that. But yeah, we finished painting the boat last night in the dark, and that was awesome. But you can feel the dew starting to kick in, which is terrifying. And then our buddy Jonas with Selden Rigging, who was with us kind of hanging out while we were painting last night, texted me at 10:43 or something like that at night saying, "Oh, it's a little drizzle outside. I wonder what the boat would look like if it were blue."
Did you say uh-oh?
Yeah, yeah, I just saw a couple holidays. Hopefully nothing bad with the paint. Just, we didn't see what we were doing on this side.
Yeah. The boat looks gray.
Great.
Gray.
Alright, this is so far good.
I think we can actually paint today. We'll use a chamois, we'll use our clean one that we have and get it all dry. And if we start at, it's 9 right now, if we start at 10, we just like hustle, dry it off. We'll dry everything and then we'll come back with denatured and white one more time. And then we'll just get to painting on there. And it shouldn't take as long with the second coat. And yeah, we'll just do the best we can. But there's some fogging up here. That should go away. If anything, at least if it's dry, it will, we can paint on it.
It all worked out and the paint looks good, mostly. You know, there's a couple little areas that it was affected, but it's just the first 2 coats and we're still gonna sand it and hopefully that'll take out some of the imperfections and hopefully we'll have good weather for the 3rd and final coat. When we first got Resilience, I was so glad that we got her because I really feel like we were rescuing her almost. And that's part of why we called her Resilience is because she, you know, she's an older boat. I mean, you know, boats can last a very, very long time, but you know, she's had a lot of different owners over her lifespan. And so some maintained her better than others. And we're really, really grateful that she's in our hands because we get to make sure that she's in really good shape. You know, that was really part of naming her Resilience is, you know, she's coming back.
We're bringing resilience into the vision of what we've always wanted her to be, which is a sailing research vessel. And that's everything from the equipment aboard to the safety, you know, of the hull itself, the integrity of our rigging, the integrity of the boat.
It feels really, really good to be able to give back to her and to work on her. And, you know, it's really like grounding to get your hands on her and sand her, and it's nice. It feels really good to make sure that you're really taking care of your home, but also this thing that's probably gonna live on past us. And it's really cool to be part of all of the people that have worked on her over the years. You know, we're becoming part of Resilience's legacy.
If you want to access more content, consider joining our community on Patreon. You can find details in the video description. Thank you so much for watching.